that the airstrip in these spaces should be where climate allow traffic regularly, and that's some of the challenges that are now in this rethought infrastructure that Greenland is rolling out. So it's a fragile and an enormous task to do efficient infrastructure under these circumstances for such a small population. Monique's question also pertained to developing resources for self-sufficiency and more generally. The thing is that modern production just values scale in ways that make some of these challenges very daunting for Greenland for a Greenlandic agricultural business to compete with industrial agriculture in Europe is just difficult.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the Minister, Naya Nathanielsson. The question is about overcoming the transport problem in Greenland. Is it a high priority for the government? Is it something that will change in the near future?
It is something of importance for everybody in Greenland, I think. And I think you can be overwhelmed by the issue because it's so great and it's so expensive and it's so difficult. But I like to just break the problems down and try to address them one at a time. And we have been investing heavily in the new airports that are about to open next year. The next two will open, and that will change the map to the better, I think. But it will also it makes some areas more accessible than others, and that could also so there's an upside. There's also a downside to it. So it's very necessary to keep developing infrastructure to the smaller cities and settlements as well, not only by air but also by boat. And I think this is where I come in as Minister for Business, right? Because I do
悲しみも怒りもすべて因数分解してやるわ。私の計算は完璧な整理はこの辺にしておきましょうか。計算があってちょっと失礼。装備をもう少しセキュリティ意識を持った方が合理と理想を私の知識が皆さん立てるから終わらない何よりです。もう少しセキュリティ意識を持った方が合理と理想 終わらないわよ。装備を停止する。もう少しセキュリティ意識を。勝利証明するわ。私の知識がお役に立てるなら何よりです。制圧し、まだ終わらないわよ。みんなまだ終わらない。後ろに下がった。まだ終わらないわ。装備を停止する。もう少しセキュリティ意識を持った方が。まだ終わらないわよ。合理と見てる。まだ終わらないわよ。私の知識がお役に立てるなら何よりです。全部いいな。ちょっと失礼。記録を開始します。まだ終わらないわよ。装備を停止する。温泉開発の時間だよ。どのような先生が間違っているのでしょう。隠れたところで私の記憶からは逃れられません。私の知識がお役に立てるなら何よりです。まだ終わらないわよ。まだ終わらないわよ。記録を開始します。記録通り完璧。
これで1箇所攻略が完了しました。
行け、まだ親衛隊。粛清対象はあそこだ。さあ次々覚悟しなさい。殺されてえのか。アスナ、行くよー。いいねいいね。なめんな。ご覧になって。そちらにいらっしゃいました。コードを再解析。適用完了。殺されているのか。これで終わり。幽霊排除いたします。粛清だー。覚悟しなさい。そちらにいらっしゃいます。やってまだもないぞ。殺されているのか。
完了だ。これで1箇所攻略が完了しました。
感度良好。突入を開始します。少し悔しい。さて、やってみよう。ターゲット確認。出力臨界点突破。やっぱり私は何もできないゴミくずなんだ。私の勝ち。負けたじゃん。さあ、壁に行こうか。そういう衝撃に注意してください。連続射撃行きます。少し
ハーネスの準備完了。
当然の結果ってわけ。
これで1箇所攻略が完了しました。
前は私に任せて。
これで1箇所攻略が完了しました。私が前に出ますので背中をお願いします。バニタスバニタ
支援します。遠慮しない。ありがとうございます。楽になりました。私にはこのくらいしか。いたしをすみません。ありがとうございます。楽になりました。誰もそこからは逃れられない。楽 胸に刻み、こういうのもですよね。全力でマイナス。ま、先生ならやってくれると思ってたよ。お送りいたしますね。優雅に参りましょうか。これはいかが？お団子お団子。これはいかがでしなさい。スペシャルな一発いきます。ワニタ頭。完璧。ストイル値1000万級の激辛です。あらら。こちらです。
ワニターテは
食事の時間ですよ。もうは返すよ。
このお味たまりませんわ。
さすがに予想外だったな。この戦い避けられそうにないね。頑張れ先生。
準備はできてる。
準備完了です。
いいわ。気にしてくれてありがとう。
眠っ。私は別に今のままで十分なんだけど。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとう先生。先生がくれたこの力は C&C の助けを必要とする人たちのために使う。問題でもありましたか？ トロールを終了します。
Capitol Hill in this documentary after Donald Trump has made the speech. But in fact, the Proud Boys marched toward the Hill before the speech. So the argument, if you think that there's bias here, is that there was implied causation, as you say, exactly, that you'd watch the programme as a normal viewer and you would think Donald Trump said that and that sparked these the Capitol, and then there were riots.
All right, so the broadcast in the run-up to the 2024 election just over a year ago. There are no complaints at the time. But what has happened in the years since has led up to this great furore this last week?
So the way the BBC works is that there's the executive side, the people running news, for example, or the controllers of TV, and then there's a BBC board whose role it is to sort of think about the future strategy of the BBC, ensure, for example, that it, delivers value for money, make sure it up standards, all of that. And then there are various sort of subcommittees that look into things. And there's one committee that looks at sort of editorial standards and guidelines, and it had some independent members on it. And one of those independent members is
すべての巨網のサンクトゥムを攻略しました。先生、お疲れ様でした。
よし。今日もいい天気ですね。あれ？先生、お待ちしておりました。
ceasefire in Ukraine and reaffirmed their unwavering support for the country's territorial integrity. Meeting over 2 days in Canada, the group also condemned escalating violence in Sudan. The US Secretary of State Marco Rubio urged global action to block arms supplies to the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, whom he blamed for the worsening bloodshed.
We're very concerned. As you know, we've been sponsoring this Quad initiative along with Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. And I think the fundamental problem we have is that the RSF agrees to things and then never follows through with it. So now what you have is a calamity on your hands. I think something needs to be done to cut off the weapons and the support that the RSF is getting as they continue with their advances.
This is the latest world news from the BBC.
Two famous surnames, one of the great rivalries in the history of British boxing. After their explosive fight in April, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn meet again in a blockbuster rematch.
The fight itself went beyond all of our expectations.
Both of them swinging from the rooftops. It was an absolute brawl.
Here, ringside commentary live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Saturday night from 10 on BBC Radio 5 Live.
And get all the build-up and analysis with the 5 Live Boxing podcast. Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is the voice of the UK.
Dotun Adebayo
on BBC Radio 5 Live.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is the Nightclub on BBC Radio 5 Live, and of course on a Thursday morning we open up the lines for you to recommend tunes for our Virtual Jukebox phone-in. And this morning on the Virtual Jukebox we're doing something a little different. We're opening up the VIP room for the very first time for the jukebox, which means that you can choose any tune you want, yeah? You don't have to stick to the theme. There ain't a theme this morning. It's all about you.
Why do birds sing so gay? And lovers are wait to break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love?
So you are in charge of our musical request this morning. You are in charge. So you've been given the power. What are you going to do with it? What tune would you choose to recommend to us? 08085909693. All you got to do is recommend the tune and tell us why. Why that tune? I'll tell you why. Why? 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 Go on. Christine in Northampton. Tell him why. Christine.
Yeah?
Tell him why.
Why do I fall in love?
Well, whatever the why of the... Tell us why we play the record. And then, if you like, answer Frankie Lehman's question as well.
Well, you're playing them because we've requested them.
That's right. That's right. That's the right answer. Well, it's a good tune to request. That boy, Frankie Lehman, was 13 years old when he recorded that. 13 years old. With a voice, well, I'd say it was from the church, but certainly it's a voice that belies his age, I think it's fair to say. And he and his vocal group, because this was the days of doo-wop, and you had all these kids, mostly black and Latino groups of kids who were, well, let's say somewhat delinquent. That's where the kind of doo-wop groups came from, the sort of gang culture. And I don't mean gang culture necessarily in terms of, the kind of nefarious kind of gangs you see today where they're killing people or anything like that. But, some of these kids on the street were little local hoodlums, and they got together and formed vocal groups, which I think was a good old antidote to bad behaviour. And they came up and they claimed that they wrote that song as well, but they were deprived of the royalties because they didn't know what they were signing. They were kids and everything. But they came up with this amazing tune that not even Diana Ross could improve on that. Isn't that amazing? But why do fools fall in love then? Christine?
I fell in love with my husband when I was 16. And we were married for 61 years. And I've been without him now for 2 years, and I feel so lonely that it's unbelievable.
I know.
My husband was Spanish, and he was a lovely man. He was really lovely. It came from Algeciras, which is just near Gibraltar.
I've been there. I went to Algeciras to take the ferry over to Morocco.
I've been on that ferry.
Yeah. They didn't let me into Morocco, though. They sent me back on the ferry. So I got to see the dolphins, because the dolphins, as you know, follow that ferry across the Mediterranean. They do, so I know, for no reason whatsoever. We got to Tangier, and it was one of the most frustrating times of my life because, look, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not being sort of lewd with this or not, but I was a certain age, going out, and there were these two young women. I was the same age as them, whatever, and they said, look, we're a bit nervous about being two young women in a Muslim country. So do you mind sharing a hotel with you? And I'm like, what Merry Christmas, everybody!
All your Christmases come together.
Exactly. That's a true story. But they got off the boat, and the guy looked. I had a visa because I was travelling on a Nigerian passport, and for some reason he wouldn't. You had to have your passport stamped to get off the boat, and he wouldn't stamp my passport. And I was speaking in cod French, as you do, and he just kept saying "Jusqu'à Tangier, jusqu'à Tangier." I'm like, what's going to happen when we get to Tangier? Basically, I'm not letting you off the boat. You're going back to Algeciras. So I got to spend more time in Algeciras than I had planned. But it's a beautiful little town.
Yeah, my husband was in Tangier and all that when he was in the Spanish Navy.
Oh, Spanish Navy as well. Not during the war, though. Not during that would have been after the war, wouldn't it?
No, but it's quite funny because we've got this photograph of him, and he's got this white uniform on like I wore, and this cap, like an officer's cap, and my son had to write this thing about his parents at school. Anyway, I read it the next day, and it said my dad was the captain of a Spanish submarine.
Yeah, you say that, but now we know why you fell in love. It's always the same, Mark. Tall, dark, handsome man from the Mediterranean, obviously. And he's wearing
curly hair.
Well, yeah, I'm getting to the hair in a moment. He's wearing a white navy uniform.
Oh yeah.
These are the reasons why you. And he wore a white captain's cap as well.
Yeah.
What's there not to fall in love with, Mark?
But then he said he didn't know how to do any ironing. And I said, well, who ironed your trousers in the Navy?
Yeah. So, but it didn't make you fall out of love with him, did it?
No. No.
There you go.
Well, I mean, any man who can pick you up in his own submarine, you've got to be impressed, haven't you? That's a night of the pictures, that, isn't it?
A yellow submarine.
Oh, God.
Girl, you're never on your own.
No, I do suffer very badly from insomnia. And all my friends said, I don't know how you get away with 3 hours sleep. I said, doesn't seem to make any difference to me.
Maybe you're getting more than you realise, you know. That happens sometimes. One person,
it does sometimes, yeah.
Years ago, somebody phoned me up. This is a true story. Somebody called me up on air, on radio, and said to me, Dawson, I have not slept for 16 years or 20 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you sure? He said, no, I haven't slept a wink for 20. I'm like, are you sure? And it's
I don't think so.
It's not. I don't think the person was being disingenuous. I think they actually believed because, you know, they sat on the sofa and they hadn't been able to sleep all night long. But sometimes I don't think I've slept a wink, and I look at the clock and you flipping well have slept a wink or two or three or four. Whenever you're lonely, you're feeling lonely of a night time, pick up the phone and give us a call. It'd be great to speak to you.
I will.
Yeah, anytime you like. You're
I
amongst
always
friends.
listen to your programme anyway.
Thank you very much. You're amongst friends. And, of course, one of these nights we'll do a programme again on loneliness because it is an issue that affects us all, not least
it is.
when we
That's
suffer.
why I've got a lot of elderly neighbours. And although I'm elderly, I don't think I am.
No, you're not. No.
I go round nearly every day and check on them, and we have cups of tea together. It's quite a lovely neighbourhood just here.
Oh, you're lucky. Oh, I thought you were lonely. Flipping out. You're the star of the party, aren't you? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, let's get this party started. I'm coming
I've got
out.
a carport at the side of my house, which is all covered in.
That's posh.
And we've got tables and chairs there, and anybody that wants coffee just pops in and we have coffee.
She's invited us all. Anybody that wants
that
coffee.
sounds like an open invitation
That
to me.
did for the entire country. She's got carport people. She's invited us all round, and don't be surprised if we all show up at the same time.
Yeah,
I hope you got the kettle on. Well, we don't drink coffee. We're tea drinkers.
It says Toledo's Villa.
Mate, no need to give us the address just yet. We'll find it. We'll find
I'm not
it.
giving you the address.
Good. Or any identifying factors. But on a real tip though, make use of your friends. Let them know. Let them know that you feel lonely.
Yeah.
Don't hold it to yourself. Let them know.
Well, I'm one of those that don't like to show it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're British, aren't you? You're British.
Yeah.
I bet your upper lip is rather stiff.
I'm Far Cotton.
You what?
I come from Far Cotton.
Where's that?
It's down the bottom of Bridge Street.
Oh, right.
Do you know where Far Cotton is?
No.
It's a big area.
I don't know. Do you know, Mark?
I don't know that name. No, I must be honest.
Yeah, it's a big area, Mark.
We called Cottonoids.
Wow.
It's like being Cockney, Mark. You know, Cottonoids.
It's like London Road goes up one side of it, and Toaster Road goes up the other side, and there's Southampton Road, Penryn Road, and all them. That's all Far Cotton.
You know what? You need to talk to your BBC local radio presenter about that, and he or she will know exactly what you mean. Whereas me, I'm just here for the why do fools fall in love?
Actually, I know Far Cotton now because she's in that song, isn't it? I wish I was in Land of Cotton. Land of Cotton is not Far Cotton. Look away. Look away.
Yes,
Look away.
Yeah. You see, Mark can make you laugh at the drop of a hat and make you forget the blues.
Yeah, he can move in the carport.
Yeah. Make sure you get me my cup of tea before you get him his cup of coffee is what I'm saying. Yeah. Christine, it's been amazing. First time caller. Well done, you. Katie is in Liverpool. Katie, I apologise for kept you waiting a minute or two, but thanks.
All right, hello.
Thanks for hanging on.
I feel a little bit sad that I rushed in with a choice before I heard all about people sweeping in with cloaks and things like that. Because I wish I'd waited, and then because I wanted to tell you a very, very, very short anecdote, but I am going to tell you before I give you my choice. But
good.
You know how Ireland was neutral in the Second World War?
Yes.
Well, my dad was a captain. He was a captain in the British Army, and he was having a meal in the Shelbourne Hotel in Dublin. It's a very posh hotel, and there was suddenly a buzz of interest, and everyone was very excited. And everyone sort of looked to the door because they knew who was coming. My dad didn't know. But this man swept in wearing a black velvet cloak lined with scarlet and wearing a monocle. And my dad said, he thought he was probably some American film star. My dad said, who on earth is that? And the response came from everybody, oh, it's the German ambassador.
No.
Really, that's absolutely true, because Ireland was neutral, so they were making a real fuss of the German ambassador.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I thought you were going to say, oh, Oscar Wilde had been born again and was swept in. It sounded like the cloak, maybe not the monocle, but...
It was obviously a very flamboyantly dressed creature.
So was Oscar Wilde, yeah.
I've chosen tonight. It was a one-hit wonder. It went to number one in 1987, in the spring of 87. And I feel kind of angry because I have never heard
that person is alleged.
The intelligence officer, former intelligence officer, is claiming that groups of people were being smuggled into the hillside around Sarajevo. Driving their way through checkpoints. It was all highly organised, he alleges, and they were making...
No, I'm going to hear it tonight.
Can you hear it tonight?
I know, but I just feel that...
I think I might have an answer as to why...
I feel it should be played more. It's just really beautiful. And it is reggae. You can hear it's reggae.
Yeah, very gentle, soft reggae, if you like.
It's slowed down.
Italian prosecutors are now trying to do exactly that. The legal complaint has been submitted to the public prosecutor's office in Milan. They're now looking to see whether there are any suspects that they can identify and then potentially question and pursue legal charges.